you will probably know the archetype of water XYZ, and I just noticed something. Why is it that we never see them? This is my theory on why I think water XYZ never gets played. Now this is going to be a relatively short video, not going to be that long, but still, I have a couple theories. So, obviously, the first one, which we all thought at first, was the price. You can see they go well over 75,000 gems, which is quite a lot for the average Yu-Gi-Oh player. Unless you can spend money, it's basically a death sentence for your grind. You can't really go on past it. But then, I noticed something else. We all know some version of water XYZ. Whether it's, the deck winning one of Decade's tournaments, to you getting absolutely dunked on and ranked, and you losing your king of games because of it. Anyway, we all have an experience with water XYZ if you've played ranked a couple of times. It was common about half a year ago, but then it just fell off. People stopped using it. But why? There's been nothing in the meta that has really negated water XYZ. The only thing I can think of is Book of Moon and MST ruining it. Just so you guys know, as another side note, when I was recording this and researching this, I found out that actually about half a year ago, as I said, water XYZ was basically unstoppable. It was basically just the top of the world. And a couple years ago, it was tier 1 at one point, which is pretty rare for a deck that isn't an exact archetype. I'll try to put what weeks that water XYZ was up on the tier list for, but if I can't find it, I'm sorry. But I tried. So, when I was looking at every single deck, you notice that there are too many stalls and too many MSTs and too many Book of Moons for it to be competitively viable. Most decks, they have to have at least some sort of backbone so that, say your opponent has 3 MSTs, you're not completely screwed. When a deck isn't that competitively viable, it honestly becomes, deep. And when new archetypes arise, people usually see that the new archetypes can easily overcome the old archetypes. So, that's my first conspiracy theory on why I personally think that water XYZ kind of fell down the tier list. So today, I actually have a guest with me, which is the only other person who runs this channel, Andrew!
The only other person he knows that plays Yu-Gi-Oh! Anyway, my kind of theory on why that water XYZ has become less popular is because they don't use negates, really, except for Fiendish Chain if you play that, but the monsters themselves don't actually use negates, so maybe they can't negate the effects that would devastate them. Yeah, so they're, prone to negates, if Triple Ds were able to attack, because Triple Ds have a bunch of summoning methods, so they could easily summon out of them, and they wouldn't be able to negate. Or if you had Utopia, the Utopia Sea Ray, Ray Victory one, has the ability to negate by activating its quick effect if it has a Zexal weapon equipped to it. So yeah, so they could probably be beaten by monsters with higher attack, since they don't have any ways to destroy. I don't think, do they?
Except the only card that they actually have that helps them attack is Hope Dragon Woven Spider Shark Mabob
Thingamabob, yeah. So that's really the only one that helps them.
And by the way, the thing that sucks about that card is I'm pretty sure it is a quick effect, but it doesn't really help the person who uses it.
Yeah.
The only way it really helps them.
So they could be beat out by negates, from Utopia Ray, V Victory, whatever it was called, or summoning stronger monsters like Blue Eyes could probably beat them with the destruction effects of the monsters. So yeah, so I think that's probably why. That's my theory, at least, on why people don't really play water XYZ.
So yeah.
Yeah.
That's the video. Like, subscribe. Just kidding. That's not the end of the video. I have to finish editing. I have to finish editing, which Andrew's not going to help with. Thank you, Andrew.
Because you're recording on your phone.
Anyway, those are my and Andrew's theories on why we think water XYZ really doesn't get the attention it deserves. Honestly, it's a pretty good archetype, other than the fact that it's not consistent at all, and you rely on, pretty stale cards, so, other than that, it's a pretty good archetype. And also the fact that it's prone to destruction effects. You know what, maybe it's not a great archetype. Anyway, please consider liking and subscribing. It really helps us out, and we would love to get more subscribers because honestly, I wouldn't say we're underrated, but I think our content just doesn't get attention. I mean, if it did, it probably would get very bad reviews anyway. So maybe don't tell your friends about our channel.
Don't tell your friends about our amazing channel.
Yeah, don't tell them, please. They'll probably dislike our content and leave a bad review.
They'd also be like, oh, you play Yu-Gi-Oh! Such a weird person. Unless they're into Yu-Gi-Oh, of course. But anyway, remember to like, subscribe for more.
And goodbye.